Hi, my name is Wendy Hayden and I'm with Natural Constipation Solutions, and today we're going to talk about Senna and how you can use Senna for constipation relief. So Senna is a stimulant laxative. So what that means is that it works on stimulating the muscles within your colon to move stool through to help you have a bowel movement. So you can use Senna for children or for adults. It does cause dependency if you use long term. So this is not necessarily the first laxative that I would go for if you're looking for something to help you with chronic constipation, but it can be super helpful in certain situations. So one of the things to look for that might help you with your decision making about Senna is if you're having motility issues. So if your intestines are just not pushing the stool through, or if you're dealing with low tone or hypotonia. So this is something that is a relatively common cause of constipation. So if you or your child is having low tone or motility issues, which generally you find that out through a doctor, pediatrician, occupational therapist doing testing. So for motility testing, you would swallow markers and they track the markers to see how long it takes for the markers to pass through your intestines to see where motility is. For low tone, there are things that you can look for with low tone. Late to crawl, speech issues are common with low tone. If a child crawled, or when you were a baby, you crawled, army crawl or a strange crawl. My son, who has low tone, had like this, he put his little leg through every time he crawled, but he did it sitting up on his bottom. And apparently my mom crawled the same way when she was a baby. So those are things to look for low tone. And I do have a video on low tone that I will link to at the end of this video. So if you're struggling with those things, or if your child's struggling with those things, then Senna can really help, because what it does is it ends up making the muscles inside the intestines contract, and it ends up helping to pass that stool through. So those in that situation, then Senna can be super helpful. But because it does that stimulating and contracting, it can also cause cramping. So for some people or some children, you take Senna and it can really be uncomfortable and cause a lot of cramping. Something to look out for, especially if you're giving it to your child, or you're giving it to someone who doesn't speak, and you might not know that it's causing the cramping. So something to be aware of, or if your child tells you they have a bellyache after they're having Senna, that's something to look out for. So Senna is in X-Lax, chocolate X-Lax. You can get Senna like this, which is a Senna tea. What I like about the Senna tea is that it's basically just Senna, or it can have other herbs with it. So this one has peppermint leaf, licorice root, and fennel fruit in it, which are all really good if you're having gastro issues. And it's the peppermint flavor, so it's a nice flavor. You can have it iced, you can have it warm. Warm can be good because it can help, to stimulate your intestines to help you have a bowel movement as well. But if you have a child that just won't drink this, or an adult that has aversions and won't drink it, and you're looking at doing a pill or the chocolate X-Lax, I would not use the pills. The pills have polyethylene glycol in it, which is the same ingredient in Miralax. So we want to avoid that. My son had terrible side effects from Miralax, and even a small amount in something else can cause him to have those side effects come back. So he had tics, he had anxiety, he had panic attacks. So I don't recommend anything with polyethylene glycol in it at all. The chocolate X-Lax are really not too bad. They're sugary, so if you're trying to avoid sugar, but there's not anything in it it's particularly egregious. Now, if you're trying to avoid dairy for constipation, they have dry milk in them is one of the ingredients, because it's milk chocolate. So if that's an issue, then it's something that you're not going to want to take. But it can be very effective if you have one of the motility issues or something like that, or if you're just looking for something, short term because you're just having an occasional constipation and you need some help that's pretty quick and pretty effective. So the things to look out for are cramping, but and dependence. You don't want to use it so long that you end up having any kind of dependence from it. This traditional medicinals tea, I got this, I think it's Target, but you can also get it on iHerb or Amazon, and it's pretty cheap, under $5 probably, and it's organic, so you're not having a lot of junk ingredients if you're taking this type of Senna. You also see Senna a lot in diet drinks or diet teas that you could get, like at the health food store or something. And basically it's Senna, and so it's having you, have lots of bowel movements, and that's how it works to help you lose weight. So if you ever have had diet tea and you ended up having cramping or you had a lot of bowel movements, that's why. And so if you took diet teas long term, you can cause dependence, and then you're not going to be able to have a bowel movement without the diet tea. So something to think about when you're looking for that. If you have a child who's struggling with chronic constipation, I have a book, What Your Doctor Didn't Tell You About Childhood Constipation. It's available on Amazon. The ebook is available pretty much wherever ebooks are sold. And please, I have lots of information with lots of different options for constipation and chronic constipation. So if you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell, that would be great. And it'll notify you. If you hit the bell, it'll notify you when other videos come out that might be something that you're interested in. We talk about magnesium, tone, root causes of constipation, other things that you can do that are kid-friendly to help them with their constipation and things like that. So I hope this helped you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.